35 years have passed since Jer defeated the Warlock Lord in the caverns beneath the living castle, Shadowgate. For many summers, the land of Kal Torlin prospered, and the events at Shadowgate began slipping from memory. But evil is stirring, scheming to bring the world to ruin. Gwynethel, the shining jewel of Kal Torlin, has lost its king. Unrest and civil war have swept peace from the land. Amid the madness, a poor fenling has been cast into a dreary dungeon at the mercy of murderous prison guards. But this is just the beginning of a journey that will push him to the edge of destruction and beyond. This is Beyond Shadowgate. Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back. We are playing maybe not a horror game, but an atmospheric game. Or at least we hope it's going to be an atmospheric game. This is the sequel to Shadowgate, which, if you are an astute viewer, you saw, last week on this channel. I was joined by David and our friend Dave. So if you have not watched that and are interested in seeing the beginnings of this franchise, or at least the popular beginnings of this franchise, go back and watch that. But for now, I am playing the brand new sequel, and I am joined by my wife, Jessie.
Hello.
She's back again for another year, for another Halloween, for another spooktacular adventure game. If you are unfamiliar with Shadowgate, here's the quick rundown. These were games that were originally released for black and white Macintoshes, later the Apple II. I think they eventually got a Windows port. They've been remade, re-released, but perhaps the most popular iteration of Shadowgate is the NES game. Shadowgate, Uninvited, and Deja Vu were three games known colloquially as Mac Ventures. They are first-person adventure games known for being absolutely brutal in being basically a vengeful DM who just wants to play with his players. These games are very near and dear to us. Jessie and her dad grew up playing Shadowgate and Uninvited. It's one that, as I mentioned in the first game that we recorded last week, I first played Shadowgate on the Game Boy Color, which was basically an NES port, and then later found the NES version, and the rest is history. So the way this goes, and I believe that I'm recalling this correctly, but forgive me if I get the details wrong, the original creator of Shadowgate had a sequel in mind called Beyond Shadowgate, and he had a whole design document drafted up for it, and the project got greenlit, and he passed it off to a development team to make, and they then proceeded to make a completely different game, using the same characters, names, etc., but just wildly different. And that game was released for the TurboGrafx 16, also called Beyond Shadowgate, but completely different from what he had originally designed. My understanding is that the original developers of Shadowgate now own it under the name Zajoy, because they have been re-releasing this game and basically finally giving it the treatment that it deserves. And part of that was teaming up with a developer named Graph Metal. Graph Metal created a couple of, I believe, free first-person adventure games in the style of the Mac Ventures, and did such a fantastic job that the Shadowgate team basically approached them and said, hey, let's just make the real Shadowgate 2. And that's exactly what they did. They went back to their old design documents, and they fleshed it all out and kickstarted it, and what we see here is the official sequel, Beyond Shadowgate, for all intents and purposes, Shadowgate 2, and we are very excited to bring this to you. This just came out in September of 2024, so it is brand new. I have played a little bit of the demo. I played basically enough with Jessie to know that we wanted to stop playing immediately and play the main game when it came out, so we know nothing going into this. I'm hoping that it's going to be interesting. I'm hoping it's going to be challenging. I'm hoping that it's going to be as brutal as the original. So we shall see. For now, let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
You are a carefree fenling named Del Thornborough who has the knack for accidentally acquiring things. You have been accused, unjustly in your mind, of stealing a small trinket from the hand of the Duchess of Treyhelm. The Duke didn't seem to understand that you were merely safekeeping the bauble for the Duchess against the riffraff and lowlives that are commonly found in the capital city of Gwenethel. Unceremoniously dumped in this dark cell, you wonder at your fates and at the horrible luck that deprived you of a fair trial. Hoarse from shouting and bored beyond the limits of even the most tolerant Fenling, you realize you might as well focus on escaping. Oh, and here we are. So yeah, so far this is just Shadowgate.
Yep.
Like this is a reimagined version of the interface. Let's see what we have here. We've got Tab. Oh, I see. Tab shows us our keys. And spacebar shows us, it shows us a little map.
Well, that's new, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Castle Dungeon, Chapter 1. So we've got all of our verbs here: move, look, take, use, open, close, hit, speak. This little map will show us where the exits are in the room. So this corresponds to this door. I believe that this little Reaper hanging out here is there, if I remember correctly from the Kickstarter, I think this is there to warn you when there is danger nearby. So when the Reaper starts to, glow, then you know that you're probably going to die soon.
I wonder if the map works the same, where you can either click in game or click on the box.
So we are in Dell's cell, so let's take a look around. The sturdy door looks to be a formidable barrier. You should know because you kicked at it for a good 5 minutes after they threw you in here.
Like you're picking his nose.
Yes. Let's see. Looking the dry straw over, you decide against laying down upon it. This straw is fit for nothing less than kindling for a bonfire. This dark and damp cell confirms your belief that this is the most inhospitable dungeon in which you've been incarcerated. These are sturdy iron chairs designed to hold the strongest human in place without fail. Luckily, they were not designed to hold Fenlings, and you easily escaped moments after being locked up. Judging by the scrape marks, you guess that this bench is not bolted to the floor. Interesting.
Yep.
So can we... grunting with some effort, you push the heavy bench across the cell until it rests against the front of the door.
Okay.
Can I take this shitty straw? No.
No.
Well, speaking of take, let's see what we have here. We've got flint, small piece of flint, the kind that's used to start fires, and a farthing, which is one piece of Fenling currency. They didn't even think it was worth taking from you when they threw you in jail. The hulking figure of the guard approaches the door. Quiet if you know what's best, else I'll come in there and teach you some manners. A maniacal chuckle follows the proclamation, lending credence to his threat. I mean, there's a table in the way, so what's he gonna do?
I know.
Teach you some manners. Okay, I guess I'm not gonna get him to... Well, let's try hitting the door. Nope, same response. Okay.
Same thing. Okay.
Okay, well, there's dry straw down here. We have flint. Kindling for a bonfire. Let's try lighting it on fire. Let's see what happens. Oh, I don't want the farthing. I want the flint. With great expertise, you strike the flint against the straw, creating a small shower of sparks. Despite your effort, none take hold, and a flame does not yet appear.
Maybe you have to do it more than once.
You strike the flints, creating another shower of sparks that land upon the straw. You jump with glee as the straw slowly starts to burn. Smelling the smoke, the guard comes rushing to the cell. You hear keys jangling as he releases the lock and pulls the door open. But in his haste to rip your head from your shoulders, he fails to notice the bench. You can't help but smile at the astonished look on his face before he takes a rather ungraceful dive and drops his keyring in the process.
Nice.
Fire is hungrily engulfing the straw. Let's go ahead and grab those keys, pick up the jailer's keys. Oh, I can use my mouse wheel to change verbs.
Oh, that's nice.
Interesting. Okay, so it looks like the flint got replaced. Let's look at the body. Unconscious form of the jailer lays sprawled on the floor in front of you. He'll probably feel that one in the morning, you exclaim proudly. I'm sure he will. Can we take him? Cannot take him.
Cannot take him.
Can we move him? I'm unable to move there. Okay, can I speak to him? Nothing in response. Well, I guess let's get out of here. You lithely jump over the bench as you exit the cell. Realizing you are still in a dungeon, you stifle your excitement and keep your eyes open for danger. Knowing that the door to your cell is still open, you wonder if that guard could still be a threat. So here's the back door.
Can we close it by...
Yep, you quickly close the cell door and smile as you hear the lock slide into place. That takes care of that brute, you think. An ephemeral creature appears before you. It speaks. Tee-hee, look at you, Del. What an interesting thing you are. I foresaw you rotting in that cell forever. And yet, here you are, defying your fate. This could be such fun. I believe our journeys follow a similar path. So I will join you for now. Much danger lies ahead, and I will give you advice should it please me. Adventure awaits, and I find this dungeon quite tiresome. So let's go. Well, the Wisp has joined us. All right. Even standing on your toes, you can't see out the window. The bleak dungeon corridor reminds you that you are still in danger. You are unable to move there. Okay, so well, let's try talking back here. I wonder if... Okay, no. Maybe he's not awake.
No, he's probably out.
I wonder if I have to look at the keys and decide against unlocking the door. Okay, it did say that it locked in place, but listen, the old game would absolutely have killed you if you forgot to lock the guy in there.
Yes, it would have.
So here's our Wisp. Stay out of sight of the guards, follow their patrol, but remain far behind. I wonder if that's a hint system.
I feel like it is.
Okay, we won't be speaking to him again.
I think in Shadowgate, wasn't the hint system the skull that was on the top?
No, there was no skull at the top.
Oh, why did I think there was?
I don't think there was. Cell Block 1.
Minotaur.
A hulking beast, a minotaur by the look of the horns, patrols the hallway mere feet in front of you. Its rusted iron grill is securely fastened into place. The putrid smell it emits immediately tells you what it's commonly used for. Flickering light from the torch momentarily mesmerizes you. You are not tall enough to remove the torch from its holder. You don't feel like you need it anyway. Interesting.
So that feels weird.
So they're telling us that we don't want to take torches. As you investigate the locked cell door, you notice it is stained. Your stomach gives a lurch, hoping the stain is not what you think it is. Oh. With a look of pure hatred, the Minotaur hefts his axe and emits a snarl filled with rage. The glint of the blade flashes before your eyes as he neatly separates your head from your shoulders.
Oh, yum. Well, there's our first death.
With your demise, the land of Kal Torlin fell to ruin. All right, we did it. Okay, locked cell door, so we probably have to use the jailer's keys here. With a satisfying click, the bolt inside the lock releases. The hinges groan as the door slowly opens. Surprised the Minotaur didn't hear us.
I know, I was just thinking.
A dried stain on the floor around the skeleton matches that of the door. You wonder who this person was that suffered such a horrible fate. It's a fine leather strap with the crest of Winenthal engraved in the diamond-shaped central divot. You remove the remnants of the strap from the skeleton.
Oh.
Aha, the ominous sound of steps can only be the Minotaur approaching. You decide stealth is your only chance for survival. As your mind races, your new friend pipes up. Tee-hee, the eyes of the Reaper are upon you. Such fun. You have mere seconds before death takes you. Hide, or you will die. So, yeah, there's the glowing. Oh, I tried to close the door, but as soon as I clicked close, the hulking figure of the Minotaur appeared in front of us, crushing the skeleton under its weight. Before you can utter a sound, an axe tears your body asunder. Mercifully, your death took but a heartbeat. Okay, hide, huh?
Use scout?
Oh, it's timed. Okay.
Okay, so maybe we still can close the door.
So you literally have mere seconds. Got it. Okay. The door shuts moments before the hideous face of the Minotaur appears behind the bars. He catches the faintest trace of your scent and stands firm just outside the doorway. You hear the heavy thud of footsteps echo in the distance as the Minotaur gives up and continues his patrol. You survived again! Remember this, Del. You must act quickly when you sense the Reaper's gaze, or you will surely perish. Okay, so that must be what that is then.
Yeah.
It's a timed event. Alright, I'm assuming this is just a smell of iron and rot assaults your nostrils. You feel a terrible sensation as you gaze upon a rotting corpse.
Ugh. Blood on the door.
Solid wooden door is closed. Can't talk to him. Well, let's go ahead and head out. The wood boards are too tightly jammed into their brackets to move. You are familiar enough with dungeons to know there is no unlocking this door. You sure?
So we're probably gonna have to go in this one then.
The Minotaur continues his patrol, stopping just outside the cell. You hear his breath beyond the door, sending chills through your body. We'll close the door. You keep a wary eye on the filthy prisoner, hoping that he won't touch you and give you some disease. Who are you, Fenling? It matters not. I am Edward of the King's Guard, master of the artillery division. Moons ago, we were escorting the king to the southern docks when we were ambushed by assassins. While many soldiers of the guard were killed, a few of us were imprisoned here to rot. The smells of this dungeon are of Gwynenthel, which tells me that friend has turned foe. I know nothing else, but I may be able to help you. Ye have no hope in combat against the Minotaur. Perhaps you can use this rope to build a ranged weapon. Find a cradle and a small projectile. Oh, okay. Well, take the rope. You lean forward and extend your fingers far to grab the rope, trying to keep as far away from the malodorous prisoner as possible. All right. Small length of rope that could be fashioned into a throwing weapon.
So I'm assuming it'll go with the strap.
Yes, you're not sure if you should feel mischievous or heroic at the moment, but we now have a sling. A homemade throwing weapon with a suitable projectile, you could do some damage. Yeah, get a lot of Shadowgate vibes from this.
Yeah. So now we just have to find a rock or something.
With a smile, you gently turn the key in the lock. Open the door, move in the door. Minotaur's coming. And we close the door. All right. Staring at the unfortunate man, you can't help but think about your uncle's cousin's nephew, who was thrown into a dungeon much like this one. He stayed there for 3 days before realizing that the guards didn't lock the door. In this case, however, the sturdy manacle set about his ankle tells a different story. Listen, Fenling, go quickly from here, lest we both be killed. Escape this dungeon. Tell the people that Joshua, the King's Counsel, is unjustly imprisoned. It has been ages since our party was assaulted and the king captured. They intend us to die here, but I refuse. I pried this stone from the wall, but these forsaken manacles cannot be broken. Take it, find a way out, and free us from this pit. You take the hard circular stone from the prisoner's hand. All right. Now we have a loaded sling.
Loaded sling.
Now you've got something useful. Time to find a target. Well, I think I know who my target is.
Probably ahead of us.
For some reason I thought he was going the other way. There he is. A look of fury paints the beast's face as he takes notice of you. The hulking figure of the Minotaur fills the hall, his axe ready to strike. It's but a moment before he buries the blade in your body. You must act now. Alright. See ya. As soon as you start twirling the sling, you feel a magical influence take over your body. Death to the Philistine! You cry as you release the stone. With a sharp crack, the stone connects with the Minotaur's forehead, toppling him instantly. Elated, you resolve to never admit the shot was sheer luck, or explain why you randomly called a 7-foot half-man, half-bull a Philistine.
Well, it looks like we might have options here now.
You reach for the axe to finish off the Minotaur. Despite pulling with all your might, you fail to even budge the weapon. You decide to escape quickly before the beast awakens. Yeah, obviously directly taken from the first Shadowgate. So let's see here. Large, heavy wooden door, nigh indestructible wood. It's also locked. I can't take anything off his body, can I? No. You slide the key into the lock and, with a smooth turn of your wrist, unlock the cell door. Can we unlock that one too? Yes. After fumbling with the keys for an embarrassing amount of time, you are relieved to hear the lock slide open. Okay, so we have some options. I accidentally double-clicked there.
Oh, I was like, why did it tell you it did not open?
Yeah, I double-clicked. Here's another cell. What is that? The grate is bent just enough for you to fit your fingers underneath. Unfortunately, it is too heavy to lift with your hands alone.
Okay, so we're going to need to find, like... probably right there.
Dude. The regal bearing of this man is not diminished by his unkempt appearance. The weary prisoner looks up at you. A glimmer of hope fills his eyes. He says, I know not who thou art, little one, but I have no choice but to trust thee. Know that I am King Arande, Lord of Kal Torlin, warder of the southern seas, and still do I live. Listen carefully, my wayward friend. Fiends have usurped my castle, imprisoned me and my loyal confidants within this dungeon for reasons unknown. Without the royal seal, the claim to the throne cannot be legitimate, and another ruler may come to occupy my lands. Suddenly, you hear the jailer, whom you gallantly knocked out, thank you very much, start yelling at the top of his lungs. The king looks alarmed, his speech quickening. Take this! He rips the emblem from his sleeve and hands it to you. Find the barkeeper. He and others I trust will recognize my crest. They will show you the way into my castle. Outside the cell, the jailer continues to bellow. The royal seal is obscured by sorcery. There is a scroll containing the disenchantment spell behind a loose stone in a castle stair. Seek the hidden way from my chamber, and say to thyself the words from the scroll. Quickly now, you must leave before the guard returns. What's this? Upper part of a bone, sturdy and broad enough to hold with 2 hands, and the rats have gnawed the bottom half to a point. Well,
how
that
convenient.
Seems useful. It's a tibia bone. Okay. We're just gonna save. What's up here? Another door.
Another door.
Your heart sinks as you see a door blocking your path. The door won't budge. It's possibly barred on the other side. You sigh with dismay as you finish trying the last of the keys. The door must be barred on the other side to prevent an escape. There must be another way out of this dungeon. There must be. There has to be. Okay, this is neat. So we're 70% through the castle dungeon. Let's close the door just in case. Okay, I can't lock it behind me. No. Use the tibia bone. Thank you. You wedge the bone under the bent grate and push down with all your might.
Oh, we lost the bone.
Something gives way and the grate flies open just as the bone snaps apart. Fearlessly, you jump down into the drain, thinking that it can't be any worse than an enraged minotaur. You fall an indeterminable distance before hitting cold water. Gasping for air, you bob to the surface of a subterranean river. A moment later, you wash ashore. Shivering and coughing, you pick yourself up and continue your damp but daring escape. You shiver uncontrollably as you look into the swiftly flowing river. You were never noted for your swimming abilities, and the thought of braving the water again fills you with dread. So let's see here. That's a dim glow in the passageway, and that is a passageway out of rock. Okay, so we're not going back to the jail for anything. Okay, we're completely separate here on the map now.
Yeah.
An underground river flows swiftly. Okay, so let's see here. What about these rocks? Nothing. Against your better judgment, you plunge headlong into the river. Circumstances happen much the way you expected as the fast-moving water whisks you away down the tunnel. You are tumbled and bounced against the rough rock walls until you lose consciousness and drown in the swirling waters. Nice.
Okay, then.
All right, so far, just as lethal as I was hoping.
Yes.
Oh god, I thought it started me in the first cell. I can't take the grate, can I? No. I would assume there are no dead ends in this game.
I would hope not.
Now, there is an option here, time pressure, which I misread at first as tire pressure. You can turn time pressure from default into infinite, and I'm wondering if that is the, like the danger, like when the Minotaur was on us.
I'm fine keeping it at default.
We'll leave it where it is. Damp cavern. You hear scratching and scuffling sounds coming from beyond this passageway. Damp and dreary cavern is aglow with light reflected off the water's surface. A waterfall feeds the powerful river behind you.
Always good stuff behind the waterfall.
Well, yeah. Can I look at the waterfall? No. Can I use the waterfall? It did not work. That doesn't work. You cannot open that. Ah, it's a guy. You have absolutely no idea what this creature is, but it appears to be some sort of mutation straight out of one of your grandfather's famous tales. You vow to take his stories a little more seriously from now on. By the way, sorry if you hear a dog whining or barking or scuffling or scratching or playing or annoying us in the background.
Yes.
Just like that.
Yes.
Normally I'm able to keep the dog out, but since Jessie's in here with me today as we record this game, she will not be denied. She is a young American bully, and she has very bad separation anxiety.
Yes.
We can't simply lock her out, so we're just going to have to kind of deal with her being a pain in the butt.
And you might hear cats meow too, because we can't keep them out either now.
Yeah, they're loving the fact that the door is not closed and they can piss me off as much as they want, so. Anyhow. It's a large hoard of gleaming silver farthings that any thief would be willing to kill for. Can we talk to the beast?
Oh.
The beast looks up at you, making you feel decidedly uncomfortable. It can smell the farthing in your pocket. It surely wants to add it to its collection. Even if it has to rip you apart to get it.
Just give it to him.
Here. This is the king's emblem, sir. With a quick lunge, the hulking beast attacks you, ripping out a good-sized portion of your neck. The beast claims its prize, a shiny new Fenling farthing, plucked straight from the cold dead hand of a genuine Fenling. The adventure continues, but not for you. Okay, let's see here.
Just wanted a hug.
Okay, here, you can have this. Alright, so it's not going to just let me give it to it. Maybe I have to use the farthing on the pile of farthings. The beast looks up at you. I don't have a give button. Can I run? Oh, he follows me.
Oh, I wonder if you can Can you throw it in the river?
Yes. You pull your lucky Fenling farthing from your pocket. The creature stares at the coin as you hurl it into the water. With something resembling a squeal of pleasure, the beast plunges into the swirling waters. It forages along the bottom of the river, looking for the shiny coin.
Oh god, so now he's a bridge.
With a hop, skip, and a jump, you quickly leap from the beast's back and safely cross the river. Well, this surely is a well.
I wonder if you could go back to his den and steal the other coins. I doubt it.
You think about returning to the dreary cavern for a moment and decide against trying your luck. You'd best get up the well. In other words, no, asshole. 94%, so alright, let's move up. After an exhausting climb, your hand grasps the lip of the well as the rope snaps free and falls below. Panting and hanging on for your life, you grab the stone wall with both hands and clamber over the lip of the well. You land in the mud with a dull thud, knocking the wind out of yourself. Luckily, no one saw your embarrassing fall. Easy as pie, you gasp while catching your breath and thinking there's not a dungeon in the world that can hold you. Looking ahead, you see city streets expand before you. A sigh of relief escapes you as the sun warms your face. Suddenly, the charge of the king echoes through your mind. Find the seal, expose the traitors, and save our kingdom! Remembering the king's plight, you steel your nerves and step forth into the capital city of Gwynenthel. Your determination to help is strong, an unusual feeling for a Fenling, but you sense you'll end up regretting this decision. Alright, Chapter 2, Village.
Nice.
Remembering the beast below, you have no interest in returning down the well.
I think the rope snapped anyway.
Probably. You notice the lack of rope and hear the sounds of the beast you narrowly evaded. Going this way would be unwise. Now what do we have here? As a silver coin amongst the stones. Cool. Got a return on our investment. Escaping a dungeon and finding a shiny coin? This is surely your lucky day. A simple silver piece, commonly used as currency in these parts. Can we take some of these rocks? No. The wishing well has both created and destroyed the dreams and desires of many. Town Square.
Feels weird not being in a dungeon.
I know. 'Tis a building with a sign posted for an inn. You see a hanging sign for a curio shop. You notice two signs posted, one with an anvil and another with a weapon. You are in Gwynenthel Square, the heart of the city. Well, cannot open that? I guess I just moved there.
I think that goes back.
Oh, that goes back. Okay. I see. So, all right. So that's
top
the
3.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curio
Cat.
You see Curio Cat carved into the sign with Curious Cat Curios written beneath.
That is cute.
This is the storefront of the Curious Cat, a fine name for a curio shop indeed. Cannot move there. Now can I open it? Yes, now the door swings open. The clerk seems to be keeping busy, but you catch him watching you out of the corner of his eye. You want to take the clerk?
I hope you enjoy my humble shop, little sir. Please peruse my wares, but do not tarry before you buy.
Okay. Well, what do you have?
I purchased this pendant from a servant of the House of Danu. 'Twould make a fine gift for a far-sighted grandmother, the clerk confides with a wink.
Trinkets of all varieties line the shelves of this curio shop.
This item was procured from the late Archmage Zeltoril? Zeltoril? By a Fenling. That was from the first one, isn't he?
I don't remember.
Maybe a relative of yours? Maybe not. That scroll is most mysterious. I found it on my floor holding secrets untold. Mostly, I'd feel bad throwing it away. That is a replica of the famed pirate galleon Aurora. I freely admit I lack the patience for crafting such a model. The craftsman who carved the snake from clay must be a master. It is extremely lifelike. I want that. It's cute. It was given to the Duchess of Arfat by the legendary dwarven glass craftsman Hammerset. I thought that was a G at first.
No.
The dwarf made this flask especially for the Duchess to match the color of her eyes.
The shopkeeper notices your interest in the bottom shelf of items.
Don't bother with those. I don't keep anything of value on that bottom shelf.
Okay.
Well, then I want them.
I want the torches.
When these wind chimes sound, the effect can be very soothing and relaxing. I keep it for my more particular clients. That water skin is made of hand-stitched lizard skin. The holes make it easier to carry.
You can't tell if he's serious or not.
This old chest has the designs of an elven craftsman upon it. Interestingly, it's not a chest, but a painted wooden block.
Okay, well, that's confusing.
And it is why I no longer buy auction lots, he says with an audible sigh.
Alright, well, is there anything that we can actually get here?
Don't touch, the shopkeeper says sternly.
No, I want it. I want it all. Here, will you take a silver? You offer him a coin. He says,
I would rather deal in curios than currency. I get fewer thieves that way. It's kind of smart, actually.
Want these keys?
The shopkeeper looks at your offering and says, this isn't of any value to me. Sorry. I don't think we want to give him the emblem.
The shopkeeper looks at the emblem in your outstretched hand.
A regal design, but I do not trade in fabrics.
Okay. So this guy's useless. Got it.
Pretty much. So that'll probably take us to the inn.
The Rusted Blade Inn. The words proclaim this place to be the Rusted Blade Inn. You read the proclamation. By order of Prince Elrith, beloved brother of the late king, all must evacuate tomorrow. Able-bodied citizens shall be recruited for the immediate defense of their homeland. Can I look at the directions? Okay, so that's the door. That's the way down to the curio shop. That's the way for the blacksmith and weapon shop, and that's probably back to the city square. Okay,
yeah.
Got it. Door opens easily. Entering the inn, you see a stout man staring intensely at a cloaked figure. You walk close enough to hear their words. The cloaked figure whispers, "See that you place the wares in his bedchamber. No more delays. Either he dies, or you do." His piece said, the man in the cloak storms past you, ignoring your presence. Your eyes return to the stout man at the table. His face bright red and hands fidgeting, he stands and dashes for the exit, nearly knocking you over in the process. "Jerk!" you shout, hoping he hears you, but he's already out the door. Seeing your anger, the bartender speaks up. "Don't mind Oven. Crooked as a gnarled root, that one. Wormed his way to trade minister and mucked everything up since. Now, I can't help but wonder, what brings a fenling to my inn," he says. Before you respond, you briefly ponder the ominous threats you overheard. You step up to the bar, your face barely reaching over the bar top. You gesture for the barkeeper to come closer. "You must not be from around here, little fenling. Coin speaks louder than words, if you know what I'm saying."
Is he the one that we were supposed to show the emblem to?
Think so. You show King Arande's emblem to the barkeeper, asking if he recognizes the fabric. He looks startled and leans close. He whispers, "Do you want to be killed? Put that away. I'll not be telling you anything without coin for me trouble." With that, he resumes wiping the bar, ignoring your presence.
So we have to give a coin regardless.
All right. The barkeep leans close, taking your coin while asking, "What is it you want to know?" You share the details of your perilous dungeon escape with less embellishment than your usual recanting of events. The barkeeper pauses for a moment before speaking. "That be the emblem of the king, but looks may deceive. Gwynethel has changed, Fenling. Friends be rare and executions common. Prove to me the emblem be true." "Now take your drink and be gone," he says quickly before yelling, "Tarina, a drink for the Fenling!" Oh, hey, look at her.
Oh.
There she is. The buxom barmaid gives you a friendly wink as she lifts 2 mugs of ale from the bar. You stumble over your words as you try and speak to the lovely barmaid. Hi, you stammer. She winks and replies,
Please enjoy your drink, kind sir.
The barmaid smiles at you as you reach for the drink. As you begin to sip the sweet ale, something bumps your lips.
Ooh.
The note reads, "Prove it be real. Curious be the cat. He knows the truth." What could that possibly mean?
Gee, no.
No idea. Blade? Check. Rusted? Check. Not the most creative folks around here, you whisper to yourself.
What's the sign? Yeah.
By order of Oven Leneth, Minister of Trade, a boycott of all goods handled by the House of Quisset has been enacted. This trading house is suspected of conspiring against the late King Arande. Any citizen caught with their goods shall be promptly jailed and executed for treason. A games table sits in the far corner of the inn. Well, gotta use that. Where's the games table? Where's the games table? Alright, fine. You guess that the barkeeper keeps his ale in these barrels. You know, I already wish they'd let me do more shit in here.
I know.
What's this? Oh, that's the games table. Okay.
There's your games table.
There it is. It's a rendition of the famous Woodland Hunter painting commonly found in taverns throughout the land.
Oh, I thought that was a window.
I know. While the creature varies to match the local forest wildlife, the hunter is always depicted using a bow. A guardsman of the city watch is enjoying a cold ale. He's looking at a deck of cards. You challenge the soldier to a game of cards. He replies, "Happy to oblige when I'm all set up. Come back later."
How long does it take to set up?
Well, let's keep on moving down the road. The door to the smithy is locked. The sturdy door to the weapon shop looks like it could withstand a beating. Upon the sign is a picture of an anvil with a hammer on it. The words on the sign read, "Barak the Smithy." On the sign is a single word, arms. This must be a weapon shop. The door is locked. Despite your effort, rattling the handles does nothing. You open the door. "'Tis the noblest of weapons. Knights of Kal Torlin are inseparable from their sanctified swords." The clerk stares off into space and recounts the history of the blade. "'Twas handed down through the line of Douglas. Aye, the armies of the Warlock Lord rued the day they crossed his honored family. That clan stood fearsomely to the last to defend against the invasion." He finishes his story with a hastily wiped tear. "That is a fine weapon for a Fenling. The wood stock is lightweight, but don't be fooled. She packs a punch." "It is yours for 1 sapphire, the clerk says with a grin. The crest features a diving hawk over a field of red. The clerk looks up and says, "Don't be fooling with the family crest." He gives you a threatening glare and then turns back to his work. You point to the quiver. "That holds bolts, standard ammunition for a crossbow. 20 silver coins," he says curtly. "This light cavalry shield has the crest of the advanced scouting force of the Westland Army, founded in the forest." "The carcass of the soldier looked to be eaten by wolves," the clerk says with a look of distaste. "The head of this weapon is elegantly shaped, but in the hands of an expert, it is most deadly," he says bluntly. "This is strictly a practical model. With an iron blade and hardwood haft, it's used for the occasional castle storming." "Or headlopping," the clerk says with a dreamy smile upon his face. "Welcome to my shop, Fenling. I don't have much for one your size." What's he holding? The man looks to be a battle-scarred veteran of many a war. He is busy polishing a blade, but you see him glancing at you. Okay, so 20 gold for...
I think it was the quiver. Oh no, the quiver was a sapphire.
No, the crossbow is a sapphire. 20 silver for the bolts, and then a sapphire for the crossbow. And there's also a hammer here that I didn't look at. He leans forward and says, "This warhammer is of dwarven craftsmanship. Note the shape of the weapon's head." He gives it a quick once-over. "It's specifically designed for bludgeoning the thick skulls of goblins," he concludes. "It's the preferred weapon of the Durian cavalry. Picture a company of horsemen whirling these above their heads." "What a terrifying sight to behold!" The clerk shudders and says no more. Okay, so we can't go into this room. That's City Square, so this is back this way. Okay, so we need...
I think we can show him the tavern note?
His eyes scan the note.
"I can evaluate your emblem, but my services are not free. That buffoon at the weapon shop badmouths my wares, yet refuses to return them. Get my golden dagger from him, and I'll verify the authenticity of this emblem. Off you go,"
he says with a thin smile. All right.
So now we're playing fetch.
You explain your interest in the dagger to the clerk. He scoffs. "That man is a crook, and he'll get no favors from me. The dagger is as magical as my left boot, but you can help me. I fancy the rusted blade barmaid, but I've no courage to say so." "Go, speak with her. Tell her my feelings. Do this for me, and you shall have the blasted dagger," he says demandingly. All right. You relay the weapon shop owner's interest in the beautiful lady. Her cheeks blush a bright pink hue. She says,
"I fancy him too, but I could never be with him without a blessing. I can't leave the inn for hours still. Can you talk to the monk for me and get his favor so I may see my love tonight?" We haven't even found the monk.
"Have you forgotten already? I said prove the emblem is real." Okay, so he's not a monk. He's not a monk, right?
No, he's
just
a guard.
Guy.
So there is another place to go from the square. Wherever this bottom corner is.
Beautiful fountain in the distance.
Oh.
The shine of a silver coin. All right. Picking up lost valuables brings you immense joy. A fountain made of marble is spouting clear water. People in this town are known to toss in a coin for good luck. Okay, nothing I can do there. The center of Gwynenthel is accentuated by a beautiful fountain. 'Tis the front entrance of a stone temple. You see Castle Gwynenthel in the distance. You see the front gate of Castle Gwynenthel. It's an ancient fairy stone. Seasoned magicians use these to cross great distances in the blink of an eye. So I wonder if that's going to be a fast travel.
That would be very nice.
The sour expression on this city watchguard gives you the impression that he would rather not be guarding this gate. You are momentarily mesmerized by a blue sparkle reflecting off a pendant fastened to his belt.
There would be our sapphire.
The guard scowls at you. Apparently, he is not one for idle chit-chat, you mutter under your breath. Can't show him the king's emblem. Can I give him a silver? You hold out a coin. The guard looks at it, then speaks. You wouldn't be trying to bribe a guard, would you? Off with you. Okay. Do you want these? Alright, well. I can't open that? Can I just move there? Okay. That looks like a monk.
Yes, it does.
The plaque reads, "All are welcome." The bronze plaque reads, "Enter ye in peace to the blessed sanctuary of the One, the God of all." A feeling of peacefulness envelops you as you gaze upon the entrance to the temple of the One, the God of all. The modest robes and gentle smile reveal this man to be a monk. You explain the barmaid's request and ask the monk for his blessing. He says, "It's about time with those two. Alas, I lent the charm to a soldier. Find him and return to me so that I may bless it." My God.
I know. This feels like a Zelda quest.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, give me that thing. You ask for the charm. The guard nods, frowns, and looks through you. Indeed it is lucky, but perhaps it is not. My troop was sent to patrol in the Torlin forest. I returned alone in sorrow. Some days I do not feel so lucky, Fenling. A certain card-playing scoundrel took my war medal. Get it back for me, and I'll give up my lucky charm.
Oh my gosh.
His piece said, he returns to his watch.
Back to the card guy.
I can't just... No.
Oh, that would be so helpful.
Let's see. He is here. I only play for money, Fenling. If you don't have a coin, then be off. Well, luckily I found this silver coin. There's some coin then. Join me, little Fenling. Best me in a fair match, and I'll have a prize for you. The game is high and low. It's so simple even a Fenling can learn it. All you do is pick high or pick low. To win, you must guess correctly if the next card in the deck is higher or lower than the card you see now. If you pick low and your card is lower than the one on the table, then you win. If the card is higher, then you lose. Win 5 hands in a row and I'll give you a genuine shiny war medal I got from the last fool who tried to best me. Let's quit yammering and play. I mean, it's a 1, so... High. I almost had you. You didn't, not even close.
I feel high still.
Yeah. Beginner's luck, play again.
9 could be tricky. Oh.
One more time. One more time. Well, dang, you're just too lucky. Take this medal and get out of here. Wow. That's
that's very easy.
disappointing card game.
Yeah. Okay, well now we can... No, it goes to the
Alright, yeah, let's
castle guy.
Let's start unraveling this. So this comes up here. You hand over the war medal to the guard. He inspects it and hands you the charm. I hope you fare better with it than I, he says with a somber tone as he resumes his duty. Okay, and you can have the charm. The monk takes the charm, whispers some words, and returns it to you. Whoever holds this charm will be blessed. May you be at peace, Fenling. Okay. And now we come back to the barmaid. Use the charm. The barmaid smiles widely as you hand over the charm.
You did it! Give this to my love and tell him to meet me. Thank you!
She kisses your cheek, then quickly returns to her work, leaving your heart fluttering.
Oh.
Okay. Let's see, that was him?
Yes.
Okay, hairpin on the guy. The clerk's face erupts into a smile as he recognizes the hairpin. He shouts, "She does love me!" He reaches over the counter and lifts you into an uncomfortably tight hug. "Bless you," he says, delivering a kiss on your nose.
Oh gosh.
He lowers you down and hands over the dagger. "Take this. You earned it, and my thanks." You grab the dagger, smiling thinly. Wiping your face, you reflect that these two are perfect for each other, with their love for excessive displays of affection. Alright, so now the dagger goes to the curio shop.
Excellent. Thank you for getting me this fine object. I am glad to have it back. However, this is a shop, after all. If you are interested, I will part with this dagger for 1 gold coin. It is a steal at that price. Now let me see your emblem. Yes, it is authentic. Take this note to the barkeeper and show no one else or you risk your life.
What's it say? You scan the elegant lettering. The fabric is authentic. You hope this is enough to convince the barkeeper to help. I sure hope so, because there's nobody else left to get shit from in this town. The barkeeper reads the note. "You be telling the truth. Our king lives. Go to the smithy and repeat to him. Prevail. Quickly, Fenling, take this key and go." Now we have a smithy key.
Okay.
The key produces a satisfying click as it releases the lock. Door opens. A large muscular man, dirtied by soot and glistening with sweat, stands before you with an expectant look. Oh, is he a...
I think we have to talk to him. We have to say probably that prevail.
This heavy anvil is used to shape hot metal. Countless marks on its face implies it has seen much use. This liquid-filled barrel is used to quench hot metal. The sword looks new, heavy, and sharp. You would not want to be on the receiving end of the blade. This stone forge houses an extremely hot fire the blacksmith uses to work his craft. The intense heat causes a sheen of sweat to break out on your forehead. Remembering the innkeeper's words, you say, "Prevail." The blacksmith's face changes to a wide grin. He says,
I knew it. Hurry, to the back.
His massive arm nearly rips the door off its hinges as he beckons you into the room.
Out the back, through the cave. You'll find an entrance among the rocks. If you get stuck, use the map for help. Now go!
You walk past the mountain, doubling as a blacksmith, and into a small room. Suddenly, the door slams shut behind you. Voices you don't recognize shout orders at the blacksmith to open the door. It sounds like the royal guard is looking for you. You hear keys fumble at the lock and drop as the blacksmith curses his clumsy hands. He's buying you time to escape. Oh, well, we gotta open this. Being held in place. Can we use the jailer's keys? Doesn't work.
Maybe
move out the window. You throw yourself out of the window in a graceful swan dive. Unfortunately, gravity was less cooperative than you had hoped, and your descent and impact with the ground proved quite lethal.
Well.
It's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here. Okay, so we're gonna have to get out of here somehow. I can't hit it. I can't open it.
Can you open the latch?
The trapdoor is being held by the latch.
Use the latch?
Ah, you release the latch and unlock the trapdoor. You swing the trapdoor open. You see a ladder descending into a hidden passage below. The heavy wooden trapdoor was slammed shut when you left. You cannot lift it open.
Okay.
This torn parchment is part of a map. You pick up and examine the discarded parchment. You realize that it is a piece of a map of the kingdoms and surrounding lands. It's not complete, but it may prove useful, so you decide to hold on to it. Okay. Oh, there's the map.
Interesting.
Okay, so we were in Gwynenthel, now we're headed toward the Torlin Forest. We've got to come back here at some point, right?
I would imagine.
It is a foul-smelling, stagnant puddle of water. As you exit the cave, you see a makeshift camp flying the banner of Lord Jer built along the outskirts of the city walls. From the size of the camp, you guess Jer must have over 50,000 troops ready to lay siege to Gwynenthel. You must hurry. I'm sure we just talked to them.
Oh, yeah.
A soldier wearing the uniform of the Westland forces suddenly jumps from the underbrush and grabs your collar. He calls out,
"'Tis all right, Captain. Just caught me another spy."
A voice with a thick accent replies, "Aye, bring him along." Before you can correct their mistake, you are clubbed unconscious. You wake up just in time to be beheaded.
God.
Wow. Oh, we can't go there. But there is a hidden entry. You don't have a good feeling about these strange markings on the ground. I would say not. Large stone slabs loosely on the wall. This appears to be a dead end, but the elaborate stonework here surely hides some kind of entrance.
Nothing'll happen if you move over it.
You wrap your knuckles on the heavy stone and press at the sturdiness of the slabs. Force will not open this door. You hear the cranking sound of machinery. Suddenly, several spikes explode upward from beneath you. Your body is pierced in multiple places. You do not survive. It's a sad thing that your adventures have ended here. Well, this is a little troubling, huh? Hurt your hand. Ouch, that smarts. I love that I'm actually hitting things on the screen. That'll leave a bruise. Punch yourself. Wooden trapdoor is closed. Okay,
So everything we need should be here.
Two paths diverge ahead, one leading back toward Castle Gwynenthel, the other into unknown wilderness. Lord Jer's army encampment is massive. You have to rescue the king before Gwynenthel is invaded and destroyed. Can't climb the tree. This is just still certain death, right?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
I had nothing that I could do there. Okay. No, I'm not talking to this doofus either.
No.
Large stone slab. Can I speak to it? No. I talk to myself. "Hi, me. How are you doing?" you say to yourself. "I'm conversing with myself, so I've lost my mind. And you?" You don't reply. Can I open myself? No. Can I move myself? No.
Can you look at yourself?
Thou art truly a handsome fenling.
I feel like we have to trigger the trap somehow, but...
That's what I was thinking, but there's nothing that we can really take here. And this is just when we try to use the... Oh, okay. Okay, so there's a pattern here.
Look at the map. Right there, yep. I thought I recognized that.
Okay, interesting.
Okay, so it's the first 3 and then 6 and 7, kind of.
So 1, 2, 3. Like that. Nice.
Awesome.
The center stone
Okay.
slides backward as the cranking sound of machinery rises to your left. The large stone doors slide apart before grinding to a halt. The way is now open.
Nice.
A secret alcove.
Yep.